going on, guys? King Shrats here, back with the video on the channel, and today we have got a new soul food spot. I've been recommended this place a couple of times, but I could never get around to it because of the hours that they have, and I usually don't get done, but it is in the middle of the day right now, so I finally was able to get a hold of it. This place is known as JonJax. It's located in Paterson, New Jersey, and it has a 4.6 out of 90 plus ratings on Google, but on Yelp it does have a 3.0 out of about 20 or so ratings. Uber Eats has a 4.8, just to give you a little bit of context. But before I get into this, I do have to tell you about the ordeal that it was just getting this food. Now, I have usually been the person to pick up my own food, but occasionally I will use delivery services. I ordered this food at 1:45 p.m. It is 4:20 p.m. when I'm sitting down in front of you. I'm looking at a clock right now. So it has been 2.5 hours that I have been waiting for my food. The driver was really cool about it. He waited there for almost an hour to bring me my food. So shout out to him, man. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have waited. I would have left. But at that time, you can't really get a refund or anything like that. Once they put the order through, you have to wait until a certain time. The time was 4:15 p.m. The food arrived at my door at like 4:14. No joke, it was like a buzzer beater. But it was an extremely long wait. I don't know what the issue was between how it ended up being that way, but more or less, some of these places have a longer delivery time, which is normal. So it said the delivery time was about an hour, which isn't normally what it is, but I said, okay, no big deal. The driver got there and he said my order was delayed, and that was that much longer down the road, which I genuinely couldn't believe. But I do have to be honest about that. I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's the DoorDash. Maybe they haven't updated their menu, but nothing should take that long to get delivered under any circumstance. For what it looks like, they did make the food fresh, so they probably didn't even check the DoorDash thing, which some businesses do, which is it's kind of an issue, in my opinion. If you're going to have yourself on DoorDash, it's got to be a little bit more of a logistic to it. But we did get a lot of food. The food does look pretty good. There's only, as funny as this sounds, there is 2 things wrong with my order. I ordered a carrot cake. It didn't come, and instead, they gave me an order of French fries. I didn't order fries. I did order carrot cake. So I think they just said, okay, just give them fries instead. I don't really know why you'd replace a carrot cake with French fries if you had no dessert, but that's just me being 100% transparent. Everything else seems like it is fine. I did order rice with gravy. Doesn't look like there's any gravy on it. But other than that, like, I'm gonna take my passion out of this and be completely just biased, or non-biased, I should say, when I rate this food. I'm not gonna take into account how long it took when I'm talking about how the food tastes, because it could just be an issue with that. And everything I saw on Google, it said that the people were extremely nice as far as the staff goes. So I'm not gonna hold that against them when it comes to just rating the food. I'll take my passion out of this, and you gotta be a professional. But with that being said, let's get into this. I'm sorry for the long intro, but I always try to be transparent with that kind of stuff, just in case this happens to somebody else. At least I tried to warn you. So if you're gonna get it, go get it. Don't be me. Anyway, let's get into this. We do have an order of shrimp and grits. The grits are over here, but the shrimp is over here. They didn't put it in the same container so that the shrimp, because it's fried, didn't get soggy. I do appreciate that. We have a fish dinner, which is their most popular thing on the menu, which I got with mac and cheese, yams, and cornbread comes with it. 2 sides come with each meal. I did get a order of their wings with rice and their cabbage. And last, this was their Philly cheesesteak. They don't have a really, really big menu, which I like. To me, just make, 10 things at the most, be good at it, and call it a day. So I got a Philly cheesesteak. I didn't look that bad. I'm telling you, like somebody making in their damn kitchen. I'm not mad at that. So that's the Philly cheesesteak right there. All right, let's do it. I guess we're gonna start in the middle with the fish dinner. I don't know what kind of fish this is, but it does look good. That is what we have going on right here. So we got a little bit of the fish action. I already showed you there is some mac and cheese as well as some yams in the back. But let's try the fish first. First bite. Finally. I've been waiting for this, man. Why you gotta take so long, bro? I love the seasoning on this fish fry. I'm not gonna much lie to you. Fish is pretty tender, but the batter, perfectly crispy. I see why that's so damn popular. Let me get in here for this mac. I hope the mac is good. Y'all know I love me some mac and cheese. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's the right consistency. For sure. Really cheesy. Looks like there's no layer of cheese up on the top, which I'm never going to complain about that. You can just tell by their recipe that they don't add a lot else to it, though. It's definitely cheesy. And it's definitely good. But to me, when you get that like above and beyond mac, there's some taste extra in there. Again, that's just my opinion. Everybody has a recipe that's different. Let me try these yams. These are the two most popular sides that they had, by the way. Nope, I don't like those. Whoa, hold on, 2 bites. I don't know what the hell they, excuse me. I don't know what they put in there, but it's like, there's something that tastes really off with that. That I genuinely, nah. Fish though. I don't know if there's too much sugar. I don't know what, there's just something very off about that. But I'll rate each thing individually. The fish, I would give an 8 out of 10 to. The mac and cheese, I would give a 7 out of 10 to. And those yams, my reaction was immediate. I would give those like a 1.5 out of 10. I don't know what, I don't like those. But let's move forward. Let's move these around. This way I can get in here and try these out right here. Boom. All right, we have the wings and the rice. It looks like there actually is gravy on here. They didn't use a lot of gravy. That's why it doesn't really seem like it, as well as some cabbage. But let's get into these wings. I just realized I didn't try the cornbread on the first one. That one's on me, bro. There we go. Ooh, okay. All right, okay. Okay. I don't got a problem with that. This is on point. 1 bite. Normally I don't show bitten wings. If I do, there's a reason, so please bear with me. Y'all see the bite integrity on that? See that clean bite? That's what I'm looking for. That's what you want. Falls right off the bone. Right off the bone. I don't know why I just rubbed my hands together like that. Like Birdman. That's a good ass wing. Yeah, that's good. Let's go in here. Try these sides out. I'm gonna get to the cornbread too. I completely just spaced that one off. Yeah, there's definitely gravy on here. I couldn't see it because it's like a lighter gravy. What's on here? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. 2 bites. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hold on. Mm-mm. The rice is hard, like really hard. Like, I don't know if it's under or overcooked. I'm gonna guess under. And the gravy has, I'm just being honest, I really don't taste anything in that gravy. It just tastes like it's not even, it's like not even like a wet gravy. Like it didn't make the rice any, it didn't make the rice any not drier. If that's not even a word. Wetter? Wet rice? That sounds weird. Anyway. Try the cabbage though. I do like cabbage. I hope this is good. That's not bad. That isn't bad. That isn't bad. If you mix the cabbage with the rice, you can get something going with it. Yeah. But the rice alone, no. Cabbage was definitely cooked in a stock. It's got a lot of flavor to it. And the biggest thing, they didn't wilt it to hell. Meaning, the cabbage still has a little bit of bite to it. It's not soggy. I don't like soggy cabbage. It still has a decent bite to it. But it's not undercooked either. The cabbage is on point. This might be one of those things where if like you know what to order, I can see you rocking with it. Because I like that cabbage, but I did not try this cornbread. It looked like it made it in a muffin tin, which is cool. Got that going for him. Here we go. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the worst, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll leave it at that. It tastes like cornbread. There's nothing really extra to it. And for me, I've said this a bunch of times, I prefer my cornbread to be a little bit, consistency-wise, like a little wetter. Like to have something in it to give it kind of like a bit of moisture. Some people prefer cornbread that's almost like cake-like, where it's like feels like cake, and that's what that is. My preference is a little bit more on the other side of that. But again, that's a preference thing. So for me, we'll rate them all. Cornbread, I would give a 5.5 out of 10. The wings, I actually do like a lot. I would give an 8.8 out of 10. The rice, I would give a 2 out of 10. And then the cabbage, I do like, again, I would give that an 8 out of 10. Cabbage is very good. This one's going to be a bit of a two-parter because the shrimp is over here and the grits are over there. But we did get the shrimp and grits. I'm going to try the shrimp first without it, and then the grits without it, and then combine the two. You get where I'm going with it. They give you a lot of shrimp, which is good. I think this order was like $12, so that's really not bad at all, considering there's at least 15 or 16 shrimp in here. There you go with the shrimp. Let's give this a shot. Jumbo shrimp. Batter's decent. It's a little bit different than the fish fry, so it's not the same exact, which, thank you for not giving me the same exact thing again. And you get some big ass shrimp in here. I wouldn't be mad at just a plate of that. I'm keeping it a buck. I thought I was gonna get some baby shrimp. I'm happy there's some big shrimp here. Let's try the grits. Look like there's butter and cheese in it, which is how I like my grits. At this point, these are probably cold as hell, but see what they taste like. Look like they put a decent amount of whatever they put in here. They're not bad. I'm talking about the flavor of it. Obviously, they're getting cold, and they're in styrofoam, so let me put that into consideration. Let me go and do this. They work well together. The grits got a lot of cheese and butter in them, which again, that's how I prefer them. I know that this place is more of a takeout place. Most people get their stuff to go. Grits are always tough to take out. You can save these if you know how to save them. I'd have to just distribute into another pan, add a little bit of water, heat it up slowly. Make sure it's slow, because if you don't, you're going to get some grit cakes. But I don't have a problem with that. Cornbread we already had, but I do like these shrimp. To me, this place, so far, all of their proteins have been really good. And the size are like debatable on each one, but that's just my synopsis of it so far. The shrimp, again, 8.7, love those. The grits, I'm extrapolating this a little bit, but if they were fresher, I would give them probably like an 8. They're still good. And that's like if I was just looking at this, you know what I'm saying, y'all. Last over here, we do have a Philly cheesesteak. This was $11, and you get a lot of cheesesteak in here. In fact, there's so much that it's stuck to the foil. It's a big cheesesteak for $11. Nice big piece of cheesesteak. Okay, look at this. Look at the booty on this though. Y'all see all that coming out? I'm biting right there. You know, ketchup, got a little mayo in here. The meat is seasoned like crazy. There's also some onions and peppers in there. I'm gonna be honest with you. My mom's used to make steakums all the time when I was younger, right? That tastes like that. That's the best damn thing I had so far. Again, this just tastes like childhood for me. A little ketchup and a little mayo. Seasoned beef is cooked right. The bread is soft. I'll tear this cheesesteak up. This fire. I had my mom make me a cheesesteak in a long time, bro. This just like, I forgot about this, to be honest. That just unlocked a childhood memory right there. It's just well executed. And this tastes homemade as hell. You can always tell the difference on who makes your cheesesteak by when your cheesesteak tastes like that. I already know who cooked that steak. somebody that's like my mom's. That's a dub. I gotta go back with another bite. Okay. Went to a soul food spot, and the best thing I had was a cheesesteak. And it's fire. Let me tell you. Ooh, man. I'm gonna have to take that with me. That's fire. That's fire. It's like, it reminds me of my mom's, which is like one of the best ones she used to make all the time. A little bit of differences, but I would rock with this any day of the week. Highest score goes with cheesesteak. 9.3. Let's wrap this up. And let's just be honest. The weight did sour my mood, but the ratings that I gave were for the taste and everything. So anybody, I know there's probably a bunch of people in the comment section that are already, that's cool. You're entitled, but I'm 100% honest. I did not factor in the time or anything like that. As far as the food goes, I really like the proteins. The sides you have to be careful with. There are some good sides. I think the mac and cheese and the cabbage and the grits were good, but the yams and the rice, for me, my taste buds, the way they're set up, I really didn't like those. So this is the type of place that they don't have everything that like hits. And there's a lot of places like that that are still very good. And this place is pretty popular because a lot of people have suggested it. And I can see where they're going with it. If your taste buds are set up differently or you like different stuff, you might like it a lot more than I did. I still did enjoy it. I would just have to make sure, again, outside of this, that I would go pick it up myself. But this is a place that I would eat again. For real. I would get that fish, I get that chicken, I get that shrimp. With some mac and cheese and some cabbage, you call me a happy person. Or that damn cheesesteak. That's what you want to get. Overall, Yelp, you're a little harsh, but maybe somebody had instances with something. Google said about a 4.6. I'll give this about a 4.2. I do think it's good. But I feel like there's some things that they could, you know, I gave my with each one on why I didn't necessarily like it as much. But again, that's my personal standpoint. Some people might really, really like that. But that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. I love y'all. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.